Hello, thank you for watching. Today I'm going over some styling tricks and tips because you guys have been asking for it. I really want to demonstrate how I do my hair because I get compliments on it all the time. And so any style that you usually see with me, unless I'm wearing it down, straight or wavy, I'm using some sort of combination of bun, braid, or twist style. It's usually those three things. So I want to go over the foundation of those with you. So once you know the basics of how to do a bun really well, how to do a braid really well, how to do the twist styles, you can use all sorts of combinations with them to get ideas how to do your hair a little bit differently. So one of the first things you need to learn is how to do a bun, and I can show you techniques of how I like to do it on myself. Along with learning how to do a bun, an important part of it is learning how to use bobby pins. Bobby pins are what's going to shape the bun into the style that you want it to and to hold it well. It's very rare that I can just get my hair up into a bun and I don't have to do any styling after that. So that's where the bobby pins come in, putting it where you want it to go. I often like to do more than just one bun on my hair to create a little bit more interest. Sometimes that looks like putting buns at the very top of my head. Sometimes that's a couple, 2 to 3 buns at the bottom, and it creates a little bit more of an intricate look than just wearing one bun alone or just wearing one messy bun, or in combination with a braid and a couple buns, something like that. I get lots of compliments on wearing my hair that way, so I'd love to see what you come up with. Before you start doing your bun style, it's important to know how much of the hair you want to leave around the face if you want in framing. I do have a little bit of shorter pieces, so typically if I want to leave that out, I just section out which pieces I want to stay. And then once I have that sectioned, I usually use a little rubber band or ponytail it out of the way, and then do the rest of the style. But for today, we're gonna put it all back. How you start to do your bun will depend on how long your hair is. For hair that is, about a little bit below the collarbone length and shorter, I would do it in a different way than with hair longer than that to my length. So I'll go over first how you would do that with collarbone, just collarbone length hair to start with, and then you can start using the bobby pin techniques I'll go over with you on how to do the rest of the style. So for that length of hair, it's been a while since I've had that length of hair, but when I did, this is how I would do it. I'd get my rubber band, and my favorite ones are of course the Invisibobbles. You get it into like you're going to be doing a ponytail. Then you wrap it around, you pull the hair through, wrap around again, start pulling the hair through, but don't pull it through all the way. And if you have really fine hair, you might have to go around it one more time and then halfway pull through your hair. So then you end up with a style like this. Now this doesn't work for my hair because I have way too much of the ends here, but for shorter length hair it works great. And then once you've got it in this style, you can kind of twist it around, and then I'll show you how to do the pinning techniques so that you can get a nice bun style. Now with longer hair, you're going to use a completely different technique. So again, starting with the Invisibobble, pull the hair up. And keep in mind when you're doing a bun style, it does not have to be at the top of your head. Oftentimes I will do a bun, in the nape section, in the middle, off to the side, anywhere you want to, but for purposes of showing it today, it's gonna be easiest to do it on top of my head. So then you're gonna pretty much just do a ponytail. You're gonna pull the hair all the way through and tighten it up where you want it. Perfect, so just a regular ponytail wherever you want the base of the bun to be, which today is the top of my head. Then from there, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna take the hair and twist it. You don't wanna twist it too tightly, but right around here is about good. And then you twist it around the base, just like so, until you get the ends all the way twisted around. Then you're gonna take another rubber band and secure that into place. Now that we've got it mostly secured into place, personally, I don't like super high buns. I feel like I take up way too much space with that. And I like them to be a little bit wider. So I like to pull it out a little bit. So it's kind of messy. It'll be just a touch more messy, pulling it out. Not too crazy, but just a little bit more, so I've got something more to work with. Now at this point, this is where the bobby pins are very, very important to get the shape that I like. So with bobby pins, you want to remember to use the rigid side, this side here, this bottom part, that goes on your scalp. I know a lot of people like to use the flat side on their scalp, but it actually grips better with the jagged side, so keep that in mind. Another thing you want to make sure with bobby pins is that you're never opening them up before you put them in the hair. You do not want to do this. When you open them up, you're putting more hair in there than it can handle, and it's eventually going to slide out. So you only just want to use it to grip with it closed, and I'll show you how to do that. So typically I look at where I want to pin it. So this part up here is way too high for me, so I know that I want this to come and attach closer to my head. So I take the bobby pin, I literally just kind of stab it in one part, kind of hook it on something there, take it, and I pin it in. So that helps already. Then I take another bobby pin, and maybe I take the side here, kind of hook it around, put it in there. Take another bobby pin, hook it around. And so this back side of it for me is still a little bit too high, so I'm gonna take this, just really get it in there and pull it down until I feel it sliding across my scalp there. There we go. Then I like it to have a little bit more texture, so I just pull it out. And voila, that's more kind of the shape that I like with it. If I want to see even more texture and not quite as smooth, take a bobby pin and pull like this piece over into something else there, so it creates a little bit more of a ripple. And you can do that. You'll have to do that a few times to see the effect of it. When you're creating more of a textured effect, you're not necessarily putting it on your scalp, you're just putting it into the bun. And when you're not putting too much hair into the bobby pin, they don't poke back out either. When you have too much hair there, they eventually poke out and then you can see them. But when they are only taking as much hair as they can handle, you won't be able to see them. And then that creates a little bit more texture on the bun. Then you'll have to excuse my undercut. I have a few pieces kind of coming out here because I'm growing out part of it. And it's a lot of work. So if you have awkward pieces like that because your hair is short, you can always bobby pin those up as well. And again, I wouldn't open it. I would take the hair over here and try to kind of cover it up, twist the bobby pin around. Again with this side, grab some hair, twist it around, and voila.